Hi my dear friends, welcome back to another Python tutorial class. Now in this class we shall see the other aspects of dictionary. In the previous video I have explained the initial aspects of dictionary where we saw many ways in which how we could create dictionaries like with the help of enumerate, zip, then map, filter, all these things. So these things also we have seen. So I would like to request you to visit those videos and clear your concepts. Now, in this class, the first topic is using a single key to map several values. You can use a single key and then map to several values. So far, we have seen that using a single key, we map to a single value. Now, using a single key, we can also map to several values. How that happens? See, in this particular cell, first this variable employees, it is nothing but a list. Inside this list, you have all these values. What are these values? Names of employees. These are hypothetical names of employees that I've taken here just for explanation and educational purposes. So the first employee name is John. Then the next employee name is Raju. Then the next employee name is Amir. Then the next employee name is Deepika. Then the next employee name is Tony. So all these values are enclosed within a list assigned to this variable employees. So these are the employee names, five employee names we have got here. Then in the second line, we have this variable code, and this code is this to this variable also a list is assigned. A list is assigned, as you can see, square brackets. Inside the square brackets, we have five values: 301, comma 302, comma 303, comma 304, comma 305. So these are nothing but employee codes. That is, the employee code of John is 301. Employee code of Raju is 302. Employee code of Amir is 303. Employee code of Deepika is 304. Employee code of Tony is 305. Again, these are also fictional values I've taken, but these are the actual kind of scenarios that you will face in the real organization. Okay. Then the next variable is places. Again, to this variable also a list has been assigned, and inside this list you have got these five different values of places like Delhi, then Nagpur, California, Mumbai, Kolkata. So this particular employee John has code 301, belongs to Delhi. This particular employee Raju, his employee code is 302, belongs to Nagpur. Again, hypothetically I've taken, but these are the real kind of scenarios that you face in your in the professional work. The next employee is Amir, and his employee code is 303, comes from California. Similarly, Deepika, her employee code is 304, comes from Mumbai, and Tony, his employee code is 305, comes from Kolkata. Now here you have a variable dic, and it is equals to here you can see opening curly brace, and here you have the closing curly brace, and inside this you have these keys to value pairs. This is the first keys to value pair, comma, this is the second keys to value pair, comma, this is the third keys to value pair. All right, now here as you can see, the value is employees, the value is employees, okay, which is what, this particular variable, okay. And inside this variable employees, you have got these five values, and all these five values are mapped to this particular key emp underscore name. You can give whatever name you would like. I mean, it's up to you, the key name. Here, just for explanation purpose, I've taken the key name as emp underscore name. That is, emp underscore name means employee name. Okay, so emp underscore name is to employees. Emp underscore name is your key, and it is mapped to this value employees. Again, this value is nothing but a list, and inside this you have got five different values. So ultimately, emp underscore name will be mapped to these five different values. Okay, emp underscore name, which is the key, is mapped or will be mapped to these five different values. So this is your concept of using a single key to map several values. Your emp underscore name is a single key, and it is being mapped to these five different values, that is John, Raju, Ahmed, Deepika, Tony. This is the first keys to value pair. Similarly, we can create another keys to value pair. So comma, emp underscore code, that is employee code, is to code. Okay, emp underscore code is to code. Now here, what is this code? This code is nothing but a list, as you can see here. This code, which has been placed here in place of the value, it is nothing but a list, and inside this list you have got these five different values, and all of them will be mapped to this particular key emp underscore code. So again, emp underscore code is a key, it's a single key, and it is mapped to these five different values. Okay, how we accomplish that? By assigning keys to value pair. In place of key, in place of key, you have emp underscore code. So this will serve as the key. Is to code. This code will come from here. Okay, and what will happen inside this code, which is a list? You have got five different values. So ultimately, your emp underscore code, which is a single key, will be mapped to these five different values using a single key to map several values. Comma. Then you have the third keys to value pair. Okay, this is the key emp underscore cities. It is the key. Okay, emp underscore cities mean the employee cities, the cities from which the employees come. Emp underscore cities is the key. Is to is to places. So places is the value. Now places is a list. Inside this list, you have these five different values. So all these five different values, there is Delhi, Nagpur, California, Mumbai, Kolkata, all of them will be mapped to this single key emp underscore cities. So emp underscore cities is a single key which will be now mapped to these five different values. How that happens? By placing the places in place of value. Okay, here you have keys to value pair. Key is this one, emp underscore cities. Value is this one, places. And ultimately, emp underscore cities will be mapped to the five different values of places. There is Delhi, Nagpur, California, Mumbai, Kolkata. Okay. The next, just run this. Yeah. Print DIC. DIC is your dictionary, and you get your dictionary. You see, AMP underscore name is the key. Is to, then you see employees values, John, Raju, Ahmed, Deepika, Tony. So here EMP underscore name is a single key. It is mapped to these five different values. Comma, then the next is EMP underscore code is to, then these five different values of code. Five different values of code. So again a single key which is EMP underscore code, it is mapped to five different values. Then EMP underscore cities, it is also a key mapped to these five different values. So altogether you get your dictionary. Just run this cell, yeah. Now, if I want to access the particular value of a key, then what I have to do? You have to give the name of the dictionary, which is in our case DIC, square brackets. Inside the square brackets, you have to write the name of the key, which is EMP underscore name here I have given. So what is the key here? EMP underscore name. Okay, when you do the name of the dictionary, and besides that you have square brackets, inside the square brackets you write the name of the key and you run the cell, then you will get the values which are mapped to that particular key. So for emp underscore name, which is the key, what values are mapped here? You have a list which is mapped here, and inside this list you have these names of employees: John, Raju, Amit, Deepika, Tony. These values will be displayed. So run this cell. Similarly, DIC, then within square brackets, EMP underscore code. DIC is the name of the dictionary. EMP underscore code. EMP underscore code is the name of the key. When you will run this cell, then what you will get all the values which are mapped to this key EMP underscore code. So with respect to this code EMP underscore code, you have a list, and inside this list you have these values 301, 302, 303, 304, 305. All of them will be displayed here, the values which are mapped to the single key EMP underscore code. Then similarly, DIC EMP underscore cities, what you will get here is that this is again a key. EMP underscore cities is the key. So when you will run this cell, you will get the values which are mapped to this key. What values are mapped to this key? Delhi, Nagpur, California, Mumbai, Kolkata, which are enclosed in a list. So you will get the list, and inside this list you have these values, okay, which are mapped to that particular key EMP underscore cities. Next is mutability. We know that dictionary is mutable. Dictionary is mutable means once defined, it can be modified also. Once defined, it can be modified also. That means memory ID does not change, it remains the same. Memory ID does not change, it remains the same. That's what you mean. Now here you have again a hypothetical dictionary I have here. Staff is equals to emp underscore name is to John. This is the first key is to value pair. Emp underscore name is the key. John is the value. Comma emp underscore code is to 301. This is the second key is to value pair. Emp underscore code is the key. 301 is the value. Then next keys to value pair is this one. Org is to XYZ, where org is the key and XYZ is its corresponding value. comma section is to data science. Section is the key, data science is its corresponding value. So here a hypothetical dictionary I've created here by the name of staff, where it is storing the name of the employee code, which is emp underscore code, then the name of the organization. What is the name of the organization here? XYZ. And while working under this organization, in which section or in which department the employee John is working. So that section name is nothing but data science. Okay, that means John, who has employee code 301 and is working in this organization XYZ, is currently working in this section of data science under the organization XYZ. So just run this cell. Now print staff emp underscore name. What we will get? We will get John, the value associated to the key. What is the value John? It is associated to which key? Emp underscore name. Now if I try to do here print staff marks. Now print staff marks. Staff is the name of the dictionary, and here marks. So that means that marks is going to be a key. So what Python is going to do here is it is going to search for this key by the name of marks inside staff. EMP underscore name is available as a key, EMP underscore code is available as a key, org is available as a key, section is available as a key, but marks is not available inside this dictionary as a key. Okay, so that's why here when we run this cell, you get this error, that is key error. Why? Because there is no such key by the name of marks that exists in this dictionary stuff. No marks. There is no key named as marks inside this staff. Okay. So if the key is not present, how can you get its corresponding value? The key itself is not there. Okay. We are searching for the wrong key. So that's why you get this error, key error marks. Now, mutability. Here, what I'm trying to do here is the name of the dictionary staff, the square brackets. Inside the square brackets, I write the name of the key, which is section, is equals to data analytics. So what I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to alter the name of the section. Suppose John has been now transferred from the Department of Data Science to the Department of Data Analytics. So I have to change this component of the dictionary. Okay, so what I can do is easily just write the name of the dictionary, that is staff, inside the square brackets, write the name of the key, that is your section, is equals to data analytics. And when you print stuff and run this cell, you see emp underscore name is to John, emp underscore code is to 301, org is to XYZ, section is to data analytics. Previously section was data science, now it has been successfully changed to data analytics. Okay, so that's why we say that dictionary is mutable. Once defined can be modified. Similarly, you can change the name of the employee also. Suppose in place of John, you want to replace it by Jamie. So what to do? Staff, name of the dictionary, square brackets. Inside the square brackets, write the name of the key, that is emp underscore name, that is the employee name, is equals to Jamie. So now John will be replaced by Jamie inside the dictionary only. So when you print stuff, comma type stuff you see emp underscore name is your Jamie. The successfully changed. Previously emp underscore name was what? It was John, but now emp underscore name has been changed to Jamie. Emp underscore code is 301. Rest all the same. Okay. Then iterating over a dictionary via loop. Just run this cell stuff. This is the dictionary, keys to value, keys to value, keys to value, keys to value. Now when I try to run a for loop over this dictionary, what to do? For x in staff, print x. So when you print x, x will only give you the name of the keys. Okay, so for x in staff, the for loop starts over this dictionary, and x first iterates over to the first key, that is emp underscore name. So print x, you get the first name of the key, that is emp underscore name. Control goes back to line number one, then for loop runs again. So x then moves to the next key, that is emp underscore code. Print x, you get emp underscore code. Control goes back to line number one again, for loop runs again, and x iterates over to the next key, that is org. So print x, you will get the name of the, you will get org. Okay. Again, the control goes back to line number one, for loop runs again, x moves to the next key, that is the fourth key, which is section. So print x, you will get section. Okay. So just run this. Now these are the keys that I get here, not the values. For values, what to do? Again, apply the for loop for x in staff, print. Then inside the print function, just like we did here, what we did, the name of the dictionary, then square brackets, and inside the square brackets, you have to give the name of the key, like we did here. Just the name of the dictionary, then square brackets, inside the square brackets, write the name of the key, and you get your corresponding value, which is mapped to this particular key. So same thing again you have to do print inside the print function name of the dictionary, that is staff, then square brackets, and inside the square brackets what will I give? I will give x. I will give x. Okay. So at first when the for loop starts for x in staff, when I do, then x will just iterate over the keys one by one. So x will be first of all what? Emp underscore name. So print staff of x will look like internally print staff emp underscore name. Okay, so print staff emp underscore name, it will give what? The value, as the value which is mapped to the emp underscore name. What value? It is jammy. Okay, control goes back to line number one again. For x in staff, for loop runs again. X moves to the next value. Sorry, x moves to the next key, that is emp underscore code. So print staff x, internally what it will become? Print staff, and right now what is x? X is nothing but your emp underscore code. So you will get the value of emp underscore code, which is nothing but your 301. Control goes back to line number one again. For loop runs again. X moves to the next key, org. So print staff x, it will internally be print staff org, and you will get the value mapped to this key. What is the value mapped to this key? XYZ, name of the organization. XYZ is mapped to org, so that is the value XYZ which we get. Again, the control goes back to line number one. For loop runs again. X moves to the next key, that is section. So internally it becomes print staff x, means print staff section. So what will you get? You will get the corresponding value mapped to this key section. What is that? Data analytics. Okay. So run this cell, and here we go. Now, in a combined fashion, if you want to get the names of the keys and the names of the values, then simply you have to do print x and print staff of x. And in the next line, I've given blank print function. So what will it do? It will create a gap between the respective outputs with respect to the for loop iterations. Okay. So for x in staff, what is x? X is emp underscore name. So print x will give you emp underscore name. Then print staff x, that means print staff emp underscore name. So the value you will get, which is jammy. Then this empty print function, it will create a gap. Okay. Now the control goes back to line number one again. For x in staff, x iterates over to the next key, which is emp underscore code. So print x, if you do, you get emp underscore code. Then print staff x. So print staff emp underscore code. That means the value which is mapped to emp underscore code, you will get that. What is that? 301. Okay. Now again in the next line you give a blank print function and you get a gap, that is like this, an empty gap, and the control goes back to line number one again. For x is staff, x iterates over to the next key, which is org. So print x, you will get org. Print staff of x, it internally it will be print staff org. Org is the key, so the corresponding value of org will be displayed, that is xyz. Then print this blank print function. So again you get a gap here. The control goes back to line number one. For x and staff, x iterates over to the next key, which is your section. So print x, it will have, print x will do what? It will print the value of x, which is right now nothing but section. That is the key. That is the key. And print staff x, it will be print staff section. So the value mapped to section, the value mapped to the key, which is section, that particular value will be printed, which is nothing but your data analytics. Okay. So just run this cell. Simple thing, very simple thing, but very handy. Often you have to, use these things in your projects. Then the last one, for x in staff, print x comma staff x comma SCP is equals to this hyphen. Already we have seen what is the role of SCP. SCP here, it will bring multiple outputs in the same line. That is x and staff of x will be in the same line. Unlike here, here they were in different lines, but here they will be in the same line. And only thing is that between them, the separator that will act is nothing but your hyphen. So when you do it for x in staff, then the first key print x comma staff x. For x in staff, when the for loop runs over staff, x iterates over to the first key. So print text will give you the corresponding first key name, which is emp underscore name, comma staff x, that means staff emp underscore name. So you will get the value mapped to the key emp underscore name. What is that value? Jammy. And SCP is the separator that will create a hyphen between emp underscore name and jammy. You see, this is the hyphen that we get here. Again, the next keys to value pair we will get emp underscore code is hyphen 301 org hyphen xyz section hyphen data analytics. As x keeps on iterating, you will get the corresponding key and its corresponding value thanks to the staff x. Okay. So that's it for this class, my dear friends. If you like this class, then you can kindly hit the like, share, and subscribe button and press the bell icon for notifications. So thank you.